Ignorance of law is no excuse. Nation of Islam, which is another school of thought that so-called Negroes, black, coloreds, Africans say that they belong to. Wearing a fez just like this. And I'm not changing my tone because it's about time that these punk, fake, black power, whatever they call themselves, get spoken to the way that they're supposed to get spoken to. Because they sold out the movement. They sold out the prophet since 1913. They sold out the prophet Noble Jew Ali. Look at Elijah Muhammad with a fez. Ask any nation of Islam, where's their fez right now? I understand Prophet said, yeah, we can't speak agitating to people, but that was 1913. This is 2010. And he said that new Moors are going to come with their eyes wide open and they're going to fulfill his law that he laid down.
All rights reserved, UCC 1-2071-103. Too much fraud, signatures lifted without smoking a backwood. A coke line sniff bids over bonds and channel I can't move. YouTube Moors and court show you what to do. Stop playing, I'm saying, quote in abundance. Stop saying you're rich with nothing of substance. Bankrupt before you're born, still in debt. All caps my name, hold me liable for debt. Drew Ali said they're gonna tax you to death. My queen T is Kyle, not to Cal like meth. Moors from the north where you can see your breath. I'm the white man, blacks are like what the F. Descendants of the great white brotherhood, not falling for the pseudo witchcraft in Hollywood. Every earthquake isn't hot, Mother Nature is pissed, and it's not the European that hates your actions. Blaming with no shame, man. Staying civil, more truths, and got the zoo animal taming. El Haj Malik told you the truth. Most still under the bamboozle, tricks and dupe. Perm in the hair trying to be like Snoop. Taliban killing US, not American troops. US on the tanks and warplanes. America's a continent, you fall for all games. Getting insulted by man-made caricatures. Sell memory stores, burnt and suppress literature. Prophets come to save nations from the wrath. More science, it's synonymous with math. Negative status, got you like stats on a graph. Rights in a negative status, they just laugh. Prophets come to save nations from the wrath. More science, it's synonymous with math. Negative status, got you like stats on a graph. Rights in a negative status, makes them laugh. I listen to blog talk to hear how you think. I'm watching these frauds walk in fashions of pink. Y'all still don't get it. Fam, it's raining fish. I see your mind's weak if you claim to wish. Won't use your will of thought projection. Calling yourself black keeps you in project sections. Thinking with wrong heads gets YouTube erections. Thinking it's government, but it's corporate elections. I'm on YouTube watching Taj all day. Great Seal, MSc classes, and Ross Bay. Call me biased, that's just your opinion. I call you pious if you claim to be Christian. Black Code and Nicene Council victims lost your birthright by the Spanish Inquisition. That's not what it says. Study and see for yourself and your Moors. Don't take it from me. And Moors isn't some European term. It's short form Moroccan. So you must learn to know thyself. Get out the race class. Recognize Ali, who came to save you from the wrath. Prophets come to save nations from the wrath. More science, it's synonymous with math. Negative status, got you like stats on a graph. Rights in a negative status, they just laugh. Prophets come to save nations from the wrath. More science, it's synonymous with math. Negative status, got you like stats on a graph. Rights in a negative status, makes them laugh. I'm watching King Noble pushing black identity. Locks like life and looks like an energy cemetery. Pushing a black concept like crack. I can hear the custies agree in the back, using Corsica Moors to say that we're black. Students think they're masters and teaching is whack. I love my people, so I tell them they're not black. It's an additive that's evident, can't you see that? It's not a Euro definition, but a natural fact. Demons come with locks and pushing conscious crack. More doesn't mean black, it means Moroccan. To say it means black, the European you're mocking. Here's some black water. Why turn me down if black according to science doesn't mean death, you clown? King Noble always exposing frozen thought like buckshot. Let me get you open. I'm the white man, real white supremacist. You're a troublemaker, black Dennis the Menace to your own society. She's not a black goddess, like God can't be fraud Muhammad Wallace. You're down on YouTube begging for views. Mental copper sulfate trying to kill my roots. That's so Morris. You don't know you're killing yourself. Always challenging Morris thinkers. Never challenge yourself. Always uploading to the YouTube forum, licking a steak knife, pushing conscious porn, disagreeing with everything, even contradicting. Not nation building, but consciously macing children. Prophets come to save nations from the wrath. More than science, it's synonymous with math. Negative status, got you like stats on a graph. Rights in a negative status, they just laugh. Prophets come to save nations from the wrath. More than science, it's synonymous with math. Negative status, got you like stats on a graph. Rights in a negative status, makes them laugh.
Thousands of years ago, the black man in Africa was living in purity. The black man in Africa was wearing.
As we race for a new day, give praise and acknowledge. The sun rays left my black skin turn solidly, absorbing the natural energy. Like the cocoa and yam crop flourish abundantly, like it was meant to be. Eating jelly crumb until my gums are numb. But my brothers are still young, guess I should pick them some. I gotta share but a shine without a bruise or blemish. Who would've known we would encounter a fate so hellish? My strength is unprecedented from here to Kemet. Driven by righteous incentives, we innovative and inventive. My father does metalwork, fire, mold, metal, goldsmith. Warrior tribe, will survive if we stay close-knit. We lived our lives through good vibes until the wicked man that not arrived. Offering bribes, waving guns and knives, they came from an ignorant nation. Black in pigmentation. Do you remember conversation of this confrontation?
Man in Africa had mastered the arts and the sciences. He knew the course of the stars in the universe before the man up in Europe knew that the earth wasn't flat. Then if the black man in Africa had reached such a high state of civilization so long ago, time when these people of Europe were running around the world.
We don't take it dead for nothing. Slave ship back to the back, men in the fam stack, raving and fussing. Rave rant cussing out of when there's something in my last from the regiment, the mockery is disgusting. Right now, I'm with another man moving in the space. Losing my mind, I need space. Vomit and business, stress up in the place of a sickness. Gotta make it reach me pace. While we lie down, some guys die down. I do anything to see my village on my eyes now. Good grief for them on my street. This life is a bad something we ain't ready to see. In this deep, this Moses led the Israelites out Egypt into the great Red Sea. I'm saying, deep down these are the works of a sinister gender. You give me splendor, we can remember.
To make these people, enable these people to come out of the cave and come down into our civilization and take it over and hook up to the place. What happened? How did they do it? These are the things you should want to find out before you say hooray, hooray, hooray.
I'm sitting on a branch of my mango tree, sucking a Julie, saw a chip and tucking my jewelry. They moored the boat off the shore, it kind of movie. This is the Mississippi River, not a slave movie. People looking like me, chain, ankle, and wrist. Peeling, lift, hit my bros and sis with whips. I knew it better, thought I can't let this slide. Something that flew started burning my eyes. Kicks to my ribs, burning my sides. This new one knows that I'm gone. Birds sing us off the song. Soon I'm shackled up them, and the horror goes on. Walking for miles, winter weather burning my corns. Destination unknown, many died, those kept alive became property of the enemy tribes. Should I take my life? I couldn't decide. From master to a prisoner at the blink of an eye. Why?
How would so few white people rule so many black people? This is the thing you should want to know.
Come on in, brother. Come on in, brother. Bless. Have a seat, brother. Have a seat. Ah, yes. Come on in, brother. Welcome. Bless. Have a seat right there. Hey. Brother, bless. Have a seat, bro. Welcome, bless. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. You guys ready to make some money?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Ready to make some money?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to work. All right, man. You get your birth certificates, man. You get a bunch of money from that, man. I'm saying you get your bonds, tons of money, man. I'm saying you want to get flexible, you want to be good, man. You want to be flossing, get your fur coat on, right? You got this over here, right here. Just ignore all that right there. You know, over here, right here. This is what it's all about, man. It's all about the dollar signs. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the dollar signs. At the end of the day, it's all about the money.
So,
SGK, so can I get my money after we do this?
I have 10 grandchildren now. I need lots of money.
Hey, since this is so foolproof, can I get an advance? I got some stuff to take care of. I need the money.
Hold up. Disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
2 weeks going on 3, I gave him a G. Said with these papers I could be sovereign and free like popes and King Henry. Sipping on Henny and pigs' faces. No matter the places, travel rights, days and nights. Cashing bonds on birth certs. Didn't tell me that birth is ERTH. Bottom read benefits of instruments.
It's all about the money. Trust me, you go with this and you'll get the money. If you don't believe me, ask my senior right here.
Pissed off will break his wrist off. Dirty Moors got me wanna cut lips off and teeth chipped off. Dirty thief using me to go through windows. Probably took my Fiat and bought Indo and Kush. Off the roof I would push.
SGK.
Yes, sir.
Justice, no love.
How come no withdrawal is not on the report?
No reply from emails. He stopped tweeting, but he's giving details on trust and executive status. Dialing the number, got my fingers callous. Dirty Moor packet selling cheaters. Rob you with no conscience, cognizant, not sleepers, and well aware that's more the local. Plus they changed the corporate name and logo.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
They still on the Fiat hustle and the bustle. Got cats in the bag like ruffles, airtight. Use fair fright, martial law hype. Not even get wise with the quickness, ability, quickly nimble, won't stumble or tremble. Finding out I got played like cymbals. Dirty Moors selling you your own Morris symbols and crystals. No different than trees and reeds and toes missile. Drew Ali said, study, study, study. So you don't get enslaved or played by your own buddy. Giving money to a gold digging dummy. State hopping, dirty Moors, rob you out your dirty drawers. Souls perfect in fools' bodies. Setting up a PayPal smiling. Those types don't even know what's coming. Cause when I see them, it's expose time, no running, no gunning. I was told get wise. Dirty people giving weasel evil eyes. Picking up the cell to call. I get nervous cause I know what's up after I heard this.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
You got it. You got this show.
All this is yours? This is all yours?
For sure. What else is it?
Keep cool.
Jeez. You can get me some of that right now, man. Yo, SGK, hook me up.
Bro, I got all this. First day. Just saying. Not the first day today, but the next day.
You sat down and you attacked the master teacher because you thought you heard something that you didn't hear. That's the first violation. You don't come in first of all, you come in and you act like you come in people. But you don't. You got an agenda.
Moors of men upright, independent and fearless. Dogmatized dirty Moors, tongues cut out and left earless. Cause they never listen. Dirty Moors, keep up your slander. Wu-Tang torture in your ass hot hangers. Kidnappers, dirty Moor, torture him like Saw. 3D, 0.5 or 1 through 4. Or get it like 5 or 6 with a fez on jigsaw. Leather face in a turban, rip dirty Moors lips off. Disrespecting the mother Raz Mariah Bay. Wrap him up like double crochet, the barbed wire away. Throw him off a bridge or feed him to the piranhas. Yellow journalists more spread nothing but propaganda. Idi Amin Bay, treat the temple like Uganda. Dirty Moors like foreigners, crush the dust like ganja. Not worthy of being Moors, we call him dirty the Jesus. Solomon Seal spell command 72 demons to get you.
This is what the temple guys actually say. That Canaan land is not according to those terms. Canaan land is bigger. Yo, it's ignorant, man. I mean, come on, you talking about the same land. Canaan land is actually bigger than the land mass they know is the corporate United States. Almost twice as big. And if they had any sense, they could just go to Google and they can type in North America and find out North America goes all the way up to green. But they ignorant. They don't want to do that. They just dealing off emotion.
You might hear hoarse voices, see frog faces, and who's feet. Demons we run with, spit fire with gold wolf teeth. Keep playing, forget back teeth. New mores are an issue. Get Ginsu. Maybe a dream visit from Vishnu, a nightmare to never end and always continue. Cold as an igloo, dealing with my trust issues through vigilance. Active mores of militants, SPLC dirty mores, call that sovereign citizen. Lying for views, they notice all the empty pews. Benz need gas and fixing, but not enough dues. Pigpen base sell you out for peanuts, claiming that we nuts. For teaching birthright street level, keeping it beat nuts.
To any members of the MSPA, I thought they listening to what I'm saying. Please get it through your head. I don't have a problem with the MSPA. I got issues with
People cases Lamar, stay surrounded by feathers. Dirty's guilty of fraud and duly scrutinize their ledgers. Getting proclamations from Morocco, disrespect us. Corporate city only recognize people's court jesters. Hand in their back, Moorish puppets and minions. Never get the human rights recognition like Moors near Virginia. Commonwealth, for active Moors knowledge, the Commonwealth. Dirty's claim more, but really on the straw man health. Authenticating a birth certificate, that's not significant. Civil little more two status syndicates. In more face, watch them two more status Indians claiming Turtle Island are lying, so intricate.
long days and long nights. But this message needs to be heard.
Islam, Moors, peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Islam to all the Moors everywhere. We had to do something today. Islam, Moors. We had to do something today because I got idea. Like people keep snitching or whatever when we play their videos and try to expose them for the frauds that they are. And I had an idea. I said, hey, what could they really say if I support them? Like, let's just say I support them. Let's just say I say, you know what? Okay, let me support you. See what you got. Let's just check and see how real things are people are doing. Now, as usual, sometimes you have to call in professionals because people always keep getting caught up in titles and stuff like that. I think Grand Sheik is the only person who studies out here. They think that, you know, the people who they go on YouTube and look up, that those are the only Moors who know something. Because they never understood the lesson that priesthood is dead. Stop chasing people. This is about your birthright. But people like to chase people. But then, on the other side of it, we found out today that you could buy views on YouTube. You just go look up buying views. So, the whole stuff is a fraud. Don't believe anything. Fact check it all. So I put in my 40 notes because people say that they came here to make me think and talk crazy. And they said that they have nationality stuff. So I said, okay, I'll put in my notes. Let me get your nationality package so we can see what the hell you're talking about nationality when you're talking about your Aboriginal and your Indigenous and all that, which is not a nationality. So how somebody that doesn't have a nationality selling a nationality package? So I got my patches. Thank you for your purchase. I'm just here to make you think at gmail.com. So don't even try to go complain or whatever about using some stuff or whatever like that, because this is my stuff that I bought. Oh, and then we have to make sure that we get the disclaimer out there, since you want to put disclaimers in the package. And make sure that we put the disclaimer out there off the top. So you're not responsible if stuff gets crazy, because I spent my notes. So on the line, we got two mores, studious mores. Just put your appellation on the record and just what you thought when you got the email.
Islam. I am Brother Isday, calling from northwest of Maxim, what they call the Pennsylvania Territory. Brother Hickey, you sent me that email. I saw the PDF, launched it in safe mode, scanned it, scrubbed it to make sure it didn't have anything else tied to it. Opened it up, went through, see what the pages count was. Page count was 77 pages. And I cannot tell you, if you held a gun to my head, what I read in there. Because that is the biggest, longest roll of used toilet tissue I've ever seen in a digital form.
Islam. Good, more next up.
Islam. It's Brother Yusuf Mutadios. When the Grand Sheik sent me the when I got the email, I opened it up. As soon as I saw it, I had to double look again, because I thought it was like a warning sign on it, because it looked like it's like a red rectangle stamp on it. So when I looked, I was like, it's a warning. And I looked again, it said nationality, and I'm like, why did it look like that? It looked like something hazardous. So then I kept reading it, and it was exactly like the stamp looked like. Be careful looking at this. The first thing you do, the disclaimer in it was tremendous, like something like that. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna read it or whatnot.
Yeah,
but the disclaimer alone.
Yeah, we're gonna put the disclaimer out for sure.
The whole, and then when I saw it, I was like, wow, like the prophet, when he told you, be careful, Morris, some of your own, but we know the turbans and feathers is going to do you, but it's going to be your own. It really is your own that's doing you wrong. It's not nobody else's job. It's your own. And I was like, man, this is evidence of treason. Like you can hold this in like international court. You can bring him there, charge him. You always want to charge a European. You can bring these people too. Bring them. Put charges on them for treason. Because that's what's going on. It's our own that's keeping us behind. Because this thing right here that he let out, I'm like, whoa, well, wow, you're just promoting the Inquisition right here in Morocco. Still. You're promoting it.
So we'll just put the disclaimer out. Since, for the record, let the record show, just like on their little instructions of how to unzip my folder that I bought, They talk about notice to agents is notice to principal, and notice to principal is notice to agents or whatever. Just know that it's Moore's writs that started putting that on writs. That's not some sovereign citizen, whatever. So know that that comes from Moors. Because we've always addressed these people like they're entities, not like government. Moors only. Everybody else playing around like they're government. Where Moors don't play that they're government. We know that they're corpse. And we're the only ones that talk like this. So just like they have notice to principal and notice to agents, and they're invoking, you know, making sure they're behind the curtain, the iron curtain when the flames start going off. Well, you know, because I paid my notes. I'm very disappointed in this so-called package that I bought from somebody who's claiming that they got a compiled various authors and publishers package about establishing my true nationality that Noble Drew Ali brought back to me in 1913. The hell are you talking about? Nationality without even mentioning Noble Drew Ali. How dare you talk about nationality in the Americas, specifically North America, and not even make reference to the prophet Noble Drew Ali, who even brought that term into fruition. For Moors to even have something to claim that they've claimed, which you're hijacking and trying to tell people that they could claim that without saying they're Moors. So remember, finance got paid already. You already got your notes. Do I hear any BS? And then again, when you see that they do go with the BS, and then they shut down this video, then you know that it's a fraud. It'll be inexcusable at that point. But since people like to give people excuses as to why they shouldn't get thrown off the bridge or fed to the piranhas, because treason, I was willing to give up my 40 notes. I have a plantation where I go to or whatever like that. They hit me off all right, that I could say, let me get 40 notes to try to help the people out here who, you know, based on the views that we don't know if they're bought or not bought or whatever, but we just want to put it out there that know that you can buy YouTube views. But, you know, we know that there's people out here who want to learn. We know that there are people out here who are suffering. And if nationality is free, why are you even paying 40 notes? Why 40 notes? We're not even talking about the people saying 5 Gs. Why even pay 40 notes? And not like you're paying 40 notes and getting some, oh yeah. So let's just get the disclaimer so people can't say anything. You will see that nearly all the content of this package, right? They're identifying what they sold, right? Same stuff that people talking BS, RB based package or whatever. They never talk about these people who sell packages that actually do you no good. They keep you in servitude.
Mm-hmm.
You will see that nearly all of the content of this package will freely display and or state identifiable representational terms such as we, I, us, and our. Any of those such terms and other terms alike does not, capital N-O-T, necessarily represent the views of nor does it have any official affiliation to, nor any official representation of Dane Callaway or I'm Just Here to Make You Think, nor any author and or publisher's name and or company's name displayed throughout this entire content of information given.
Because if it's that serious, why are you about to?
Why are you about to?
If it,
what,
like, what are you doing? Like, don't do it. Don't put it out. If you are saying all of that, if you have to do that before you put it out, what are you putting it out for?
Right. If you are
what
saying,
are you putting it out for?
If you are saying,
Islam. If I go to a hospital and a doctor tells me before I treat you, I must tell you that nothing that I'm about to use or do does not necessarily represent my views or what I learned in medical school.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let that doctor actually do something on me, then I have mental issues.
Right. You the fool.
I got other problems.
Beautiful.
I'm the fool. Right. Period.
Right. And like the more saying, why even put this out then?
Right.
If it's that serious that you're not even going to put your name to it, what's really in here? And then, who are the clowns who bought this and never said anything? Because there's no way that you get this and you think that you got something. No way. If you think you got something, you're an embarrassment to our entire race of people.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassment. The person who's selling it, because some BS, and the individual who bought it, and not only did they bought it, but they bought it and then they sat with it like they got something. Where you get nothing. Playing with you. Because what? This is what the new age stuff is. The guy who comes on the thing and then he gets out of his Lamborghini. I just got a Lamborghini and the online sales or whatever, and I'll show you the way how to make you whatever. Okay, there's a conscious version of that called Play Your People, where they take your finance, but they don't teach you jack. Just like the people who go to the Lamborghini. I'm not going to say the jurisdiction, but there's more who, for example, they have a friend who has a certain car, and then they'll use the car to get people to buy packages. Because dummies are looking at them like, oh damn, that's your car. You got a fez on and all that stuff. You got turban on and you got Lambo. Wow, you must be, that package stuff you got must really work.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, that's the same thing that rapper guy does in the video. I was watching a video the other day of a guy who was wearing a mask and all that stuff, right? He's wearing a mask and all that. And he's basically saying, I'm the guy who supplies all the rapper guys with the fake money, the fake jewelry, the fake whatever. He's going through all the fake stuff. He's going through all the fake stuff and he's talking about, yo, these dudes don't have it like that. Like, it's not like that. These mans check me, right? And they get the fake stuff. And then people are looking at it like, oh, he has the real whatever right there. They're going and mortgaging their house so they could buy a bottle of liquor or whatever. Because some rapper guy.
This is unbelievable what's going on.
Crazy what's going on. This stuff wasn't going on in 2008 when we used to go to the library to study. Guarantee you that. When we used to go to the library to study, you have time to get caught up in somebody selling you some package. Zero time for that. Zero.
Especially something like this. This package is crazy. Just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And what they say, like the Great Sheik was saying earlier, and they call Noble Jew Ali a plagiarist. Are you serious?
Right? Right? Exactly.
Hey, wait. Does anywhere in that disclaimer that this say that it was prepared divinely? No. Okay.
No. I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay.
He told you
on the side note.
right.
I will give anyone who hears the sound of my voice one tip. If you're buying a package, I don't care what the package is for. The software, nationality, how to sell house, whatever it is. Whatever the topic is, do yourself a favor. Ask the person who's selling you that to count how many times the word of it appears in the package. Because I just checked. 6 times that 77-page document says nationality. 6. That's it. And that's counting the red sticker image on the front.
Yeah.
See that?
Hold on. Say that again.
In the 77-page package, and I'm using the term package really loosely because none of this is cohesive. None of it. It's copy paste out of crap that either found on the web or got an email from somebody, some such, whatever. Because he didn't even list sources of where the things came from. Unknown author is not a reference. I did a find in my reader to see how many times the word nationality appears in a nationality package. It appears 6 times.
Wow.
77 pages.
That made my stomach gurgle.
That's not even 10%. It's not even 10%.
But the thing is a nationality package.
I don't know
without it saying nationality on it. It will only say it in there 5 times. I'm pretty sure the definition is not in. It might be in there. He might have put it in there. He might have put it in there.
Oh yeah, sorry. The disclaimer. Sorry, before we get too far. You know
right. Oh yeah.
I don't think we're making it to page 77.
Come on, bitch. We're gonna make it to the disclaimer.
We're gonna make it through the disclaimer. We're gonna make it up. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. Right. IJHTMYT. IGHTMYT. And Dane Callaway is not affiliated with any of the links, templates, authors, publishers, or sources provided throughout this content. This information is served for educational purposes only. No liability assumed for use.
That statement right there is true. This is an educational package because this is exactly what you should not have.
Yep. Exactly.
Right? And again, you know, this is an educational channel. You go check all our stuff. When you look in what the description of it is, it says education right there. So, you know, this is not this is for people's learning. This is for people's learning. Because again, we know that Canaan land's the hub. Bobby Hemmett taught us that in 04, 05. That the pineal gland for the consciousness is where we're at. And this many years later, we're seeing it. And we're seeing now we didn't see it when he was black. Now we're Moors. Oh yeah, we know exactly why Toronto in Aboriginal Toronto, TKORONTO, means the meeting place. So know that every time you are with Canaan Land Moors, you're at the meeting place. And then we got our slap from Grand Chic Nature that we're not having classes anymore. Everything now is meetings because we have stuff to do. So forget class. Everything's meeting now. Because after they're done the meeting, you better go have something to do because we just met. But this is for educational purposes. No liability assumed for use. Right, like, so for example, when we put out a book, right? Any one of the books on khalifamedia.com. Like, would it be off if I'm telling you all the books in the bibliography? I don't know about those or whatever. I'm not going to be responsible. After you read my book, when you go check the bibliography, when you go get stuff from those stuff, I can't talk for that. And that's just a book. We're talking about somebody telling you that you have inalienable rights and all that. And you're mentioning nationality 6 times in a 77-page document. And I mean, and again, we're Moors. So we're not plagiarists. We study. We're not copy and paste. We're studiers. And the fact that, and this is just, 2 Moors. But this is not cool.
Right.
Because when we're talking about nationality, we're talking about people's birthrights. This is like some feeling that I got when I saw the Elijah Muhammad video that we just put up.
Mm-hmm.
With this man admitting stuff. Like, what do you mean you're admitting that you did stuff? What do you mean? What do you mean you're not looking at the camera when you're talking? Watch all these people, huh? Because all of them do the same stuff. Watch them. And don't forget, they can't hide from their older videos. So even if they switch up and they start looking at the camera, go watch their old stuff. Bet you they don't look at the camera. They're always looking at the screen, which means they're egomaniacs because they want to see themselves. So instead of looking in the camera, they're looking at the screen. Just watch the eyes. The eyes tell no lies. These people are playing around. With the people's birthright. Like I said, I can give up the 40. There's people we know, they got children they can't feed, buying a package and then get nothing. You tell me that Bam Bam doesn't deserve to come and give you 10 into the head with the big stick? Just because? Taking food out of my mouth. What you mean? Like, I don't suck breast anymore. I need food now. Then you have my mom's buying a package or whatever. Or my dad trying to convince my moms to give up the 80 so that we get some package that's useless.
That's crazy. It's criminal.
Criminal.
Yep.
And then they're out here want to complain on other people's YouTube when you're exposing them for the frauds that they are. They violated on so much levels. Like the amount of levels that these people violated on with regard to nationality, birthrights, you know, the universal respect that people have for prophets, you know, the universal respect people have for other people's religion, like certain things, how they deal with Moors. You better pray we don't get back in power, all you Negroes. There's not going to be any slave ship this time. It's going to be bottleneck this time. Take over certain people's vaporization techniques. We don't have to worry about the Negroes that don't have any honor for their ancient foremothers and forefathers. They know they're Yehudi, call themselves Israelite, and all that BS. Playing, talking about your Aboriginal, Indigenous, Cherokee, and all this crap when we already know Moors. Who are those things that say they're Moors? They have no issue saying that they're Cherokee and they're Moors.
Islam, Grand Sharia. I know one person only
Islam
who claimed out on the public record that he was Cherokee, but he was a Moor. That's my prophet.
Islam.
Are you?
The information you obtain in this content is not, nor is it intended to be legal advice. So how are you establishing a true nationality with not being legal or lawful? IJHTMYT and Dane Callaway does not consent to unlawful action. Now, you don't consent to unlawful action, but selling nationality is an unlawful action. So it's not good when so-called blacks kill blacks. But it's good when the highwayman kills a black. And then everybody's happy for the highwayman. If you're happy for the highwayman, that's unlawful action. You don't have to do it. You're guilty by agreeing. So if you're telling me that you do not consent to unlawful action, but are doing unlawful action, which you have nationality 6 times in this right here, you sold this, so selling nationality is a crime. That's why they ran up on Nation Islam when they were selling cards. And then in their little circle, they know about what was going down. When they realized that, hey, we could sell nationality, but actually there's no such thing as an X nation or an Islam nation or whatever, but we could sell these? And they had to switch up and turn to membership. And then nobody caught that, oh, they just played you guys. Didn't you realize that it's not an identity card anymore? It's a membership card now because they can't identify you. They're a corpse. Now the corpse gonna make you what you are. More Science Temple made you or more. How? Just a corpse. The hell do you mean? Nation of Islam made me an Islamic Black Asiatic or whatever. What the hell are you talking about? How? It's a corpse. Can't make anything. And to say that you're going to make somebody something is unlawful action. Just like to say...
Islam, Crashy.
There's a lot more.
Question.
Go ahead, more.
I was in today when reviewing this 77 pages of, I don't know what to call it. I also came bumped into a particular Moorish Science Temple of America, Inc. Website. Now, when I went to the site, most of the links on that site were either not found or it took you to enter a password so that you could see the information. But you can see the label of the link of what, the information that they're providing there. So they had a link for classes. And the first class that they had listed was their naturalization class, and also the corresponding dates for ceremonies in the quote-unquote Maryland territory.
Yeah.
So are you saying that if someone is or something is pushing naturalization as nationality, that there's a problem there?
Most definitely.
Because based on my study, that's a real big problem.
Very.
Between, for those who may or may not have studied this yet, any newbies who are coming into this and just hearing the sound of the voice, just know you found this for a reason. Naturalization literally means you are clothed in the rights and privileges of a national, but you are not a national.
Islam. What?
Islam.
He's more.
And like y'all both saying in the green sheet, a corpse can't make you your nationality. Can't give you your nationality. A corporation can't. Walmart can't make you a Walmartian. Like, it don't work like that.
Yep.
They don't got that Al 3. And that's what they're doing. They saying like, if you don't have your BJ's card, like that's your BJ's card or your whatever supermarket card, that determines you're part of us. You can be us now. That determines your bloodline. Like no, it don't. That just give you discounts off of stuff in the store. That don't determine your bloodline.
And then remember, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if in a few months you see that certain people all of a sudden now have a nation that they're claiming this package is for. Because remember, there's no nation right now. This is you're just buying info that you can go research yourself. Like, you're not getting a nationality package like that. Just like with the people who are doing the naturalizing. That's why Farrakhan could still tell people black people and all that stuff. Because he naturalized. Yeah,
so you're saying that membership has privileges? Because those ain't right. There's
Yep.
a difference between a privilege and your right.
Right.
God-given right. A law-given right. They're not the same thing. Privileges, those could be taken away at any moment for any reason by those who bestowed them on you. A law-given right, unless you the law, you ain't taking jack.
Mm-hmm.
Better know how to defend it though, as well.
Islam. Right. Dane Callaway and IJHTMYT advocates and encourages one and all to adhere to, support, and defend all law which is particularly applicable. Information is intended for those men and women who are not quote-unquote U.S. citizens or quote-unquote taxpayers. Continued use, reference, or citing indicates voluntary and informed compliance. Providing legal information is not the same as providing legal advice. Therefore, the information provided within and throughout this entire content is provided for educational purposes only, and with the understanding that the various authors and/or publishers, including but not limited to Dane Callaway and the I'm Just Here to Make You Think, are not engaged in rendering any legal advice. As such, the information provided within this content should not be used as a substitute for consulting professionals such as legal advisors, lawyers, attorneys, or other competent entities and parties alike. We'll just read that part again. Since people think that they don't work with the European and they're not trying or whatever, let's just put that one on the record again so you can know who these people are with. Who are they promoting? They're telling you buy a nationality package, but make sure you go talk to a lawyer and an attorney or whatever like that. You know, because those people are the competent people. Okay, well, we did that. We're Moors, we study. So I talked to my two Moors, who are quote unquote my consuls, and they said that this is some BS that you bought.
Complete.
You bought some BS. 40 notes for this? You bought some BS. So my two consuls agreed that we should put it on the public record. And we even get to the past the disclaimer. We're still on the disclaimer. And we're still on the disclaimer because that's what the point is. You're not seeing no disclaimer with Great Seal that this is not legal advice. So you better be careful when you, that's not what this is. If you're talking about nationality, if you're talking about the side effects of these drugs are nausea, gallstones, kidney disease, liver disease, stomach disease, ankle disease, and any other disease that you could get. You probably should move away from those people.
I thought all these people were Aboriginal, indigenous, talking and whatever. Why are they telling you to go hire attorney, English magistrates?
I forgot. I was gonna read that over. Let me read that again for you. just in case you didn't hear it. As such, the information provided within this content should not be used as a substitute for consulting professionals such as legal advisors, lawyers, attorneys, or other competent entities and parties alike. What do you more think about that? Him telling people to go hire a lawyer or an attorney, but telling them about nationality is what they're selling, or what he's selling, or what they got from for their $50 or whatever.
Besides checking the refund policy, I'm going to tell you on that, because this really needs to be returned. Because there's nothing here in regards to nationality, other than the word nationality 6 times.
Right. And then all the documents is to put you back into slavery.
What when you say all the documents is to put you back into slavery, my consul, since you went over some of the document, what do you mean?
Oh, there's a on one of the links. It's a Christian website. It's a Christian website.
It's on, brother. You said on the dovetail on a good point. There is a section in the package, specifically on page 67, that has big bold print called third-party references and material for status correction and more. And on Grant Heckey's point, there's another disclosure / warning message at the bottom of, yet again, don't use this, but use it at your own risk. Each one of those links, those hypertext links, I do not, again, I'm going to repeat, do not click on any of those links unless you are IT savvy. I currently do that for a living to provide for me and mine, so I'm comfortable in going into them. There are several links. Most are coming from a site that is called Family Guardian. The URL is http://famguardian.org. I'm reading this directly from the site. Non-profit Christian religious ministry dedicated to protecting people and families from extortion, persecution, exploitation, socialism, divorce, crime, and sin. Advocate personal liberty, personal responsibility, constitutional and small, all caps, and all accountable government, sovereignty, and religious faith. That's one source that we've got to view by paying 40 notes. The other source is a link.
That's exactly what they said during the Crusades.
Yes, sir. The other site,
that's the exact thing.
It's called it's called SEDM.org. Again, do not go to that site. I'm confident that I'm safe in going to it because I've taken precautions. That SEDM.org stands for Sovereignty Education and Defense Ministry. And when I go to their about page,
that's crazy.
Hold on.
Because they say more those sovereign citizens, more. It's not us. That's it. That's theirs. That's Dane Callaway. That's his.
I don't recognize that name. I know Lane not that way, but that much.
Right.
That's not the way to do it. But if you go to their about page, you'll see that this is yet again. We are a First Amendment. Again, this is coming from SEDM.org. One of the links that is included in the package several times in that section. They state, "Welcome to our religious fellowship and ministry. We are a First Amendment, not-for-profit, unincorporated, unregistered, non-privileged, non-denominational religious fellowship and ministry. Our mission is to honor, to love, and to obey our Lord and God by teaching, reading, learning, and obeying, capital His, holy law and word, putting capital Him first, and loving our neighbor by keeping the government as our servant, and His, capital H, steward for truth and justice, as described in Hebrew 4:12, and like Jesus, or Jesus, in Revelations 1:16, we seek to use the word and law of God as a sharp sword to expose and cut off corruption wherever it is found, and in all caps, especially in government. His word and law is also our armor and shield as we combat the corruption in description in EPA, Tiffany's, I guess, 6:11-20, and Psalms 91, to the following authorities on why we, especially Christians, must learn law. I can't read the rest of this because this literally makes me sick to my stomach.
Did you see that? All evidence of Spanish Inquisitional practices. That's all that is. That's what the friars, when they came over here, that's what they was promoting. Same thing. When they came here to Morocco, they were saying the exact same thing.
Islam, brother Yusuf, but you are boiling it down too raw. You got to put it directly in people's faces because there are a lot of newbies that are coming into this that don't understand, don't know, but they have heard, hey, don't let nobody call you as a sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. Okay, then why is laying out that way, putting out a nationality package with nothing but links out of sovereign citizen church group, Christian groups?
Right.
Where's the young Pharaohs and all that, or doing the SmackDown videos on this? Where's the WWF touches wrestling debating on? All right, you got nationality. You from your Turtle Island on the half shell, whatever. Okay, Ataka is Aborigine. Okay, why are you going to bring that up? Why are you going to a Christian ministry? Why are you going to a Christian ministry to find out about sovereignty?
Right. Why is it? That's what I was saying. Just like you were saying, why aren't they going at him? Because they've been doing debates, crazy. All of them, the so-called conscious community and the Dane Callaway supporters, and then they've been doing a bunch of debates. Well, if they were really serious about the debate, they could have just pulled this up and showed, like, okay, you know this is some folly. This is all BS. And just ended the whole thing. That's how you know they're splitting the view money with YouTube, just like the back door, like we're going to debate. We're going to split yeah, exactly, right at the door. They splitting the subscriptions and view money, the view notes. I told the Green Street earlier, it's YouTube notes. But they splitting now. They splitting YouTube notes now. It's not even, that's what it's all about now. You could, just like the Green Street did, quick little 40 notes, no problem, nothing. And you could just see, like it's not a debate. You're doing criminal activity by selling your people back into slavery. That's not a debate. That's factual. This is your document right here.
Facts. This is what you're selling. This is what you're sending out for 40 notes. That you were selling your people back into slavery. There's nothing else about this. This ain't for entertainment purposes. This is not for educational purposes. If it's for educational purposes, the purpose is exactly what you're not supposed to do.
Right.
Oh, and someone in the chat just asked about the definition of nationality. So Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition.
Hold on one sec. He's asking according to international law, because he's going to make this point when he when you answer from Black's Law and then he doesn't accept that because he's a dumbass. He's going to start talking about international law or whatever like that. So make sure you give a perspective from international law perspective, and then the regular.
Are we doing the history of the international court? How that was set up? Who set it up? Are we seeing all of that too?
Well, he didn't say court. He said international law. So we'll accommodate them on international law. But if the court happens to come up too, sure, throw whatever out there. We do.
Well, I have the definition out of Black's Law, page 1176, fourth edition, for nationality. Real short. It's nationality, that quality or character which arises from the fact of a person belonging to a nation or state. Nationality determines the political status of the individual, especially with reference to allegiance. While domicile determines his civil status, nationality arises either by birth or by naturalization. According to Sanders, nationality is also used as opposed to territoriality for the purpose of distinguishing the case of a nation having no national territory. An example, the Jews. That's page 1176, Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. And if you like, you can also get it in Spanish, because the next word is nacionalización, which is nationality in Spanish. And in Spanish and Mexican law, nationalization. The nationalization of property is an act which denotes that it has become that of the nation by some process of law whereby private individuals or corporations have been, for specified reasons, deprived thereof. Islam, I give the floor.
Islam. While we have made every attempt to ensure that the information contained within this content is accurate and from what we believe to be reliable sources, we are not responsible.
Wow.
We are not responsible for any errors or omissions or for the results obtained from the use of this information.
Wow.
Are these people for real? Users of this information, users of this information may not contact us or even offer to pay us to complete any of the steps.
What? Read that again.
Users of this information may not, capital N-O-T, contact us or even offer to pay us to complete any of the steps within this content on their behalf. You and only you, as the user of this information, must complete these steps within this content entirely on your own, without any assistance from I'm Just Here to Make You Think, Dane Callaway, nor any authors and publishers of this content of information given.
Dang.
No liability.
So you're just on your own.
No liability. All right. They could sell it to you, but when stuff goes down, they want to be out of it.
Quick question for you, Real Sheik.
Yeah, more.
Was these disclaimers on it before you got it?
No, after.
So they selling nationality packages. Because if you didn't say that before, and you just make it seem like you got the package for nationality.
Yeah, this is the.
Then you selling.
Yeah, that was the second page of the thing.
Right. I already gave you the money.
Yeah.
I gave you the notes for it. You know, it's already what it is. There was no disclaimer before all of that.
No, well, on the site where you download it, there's a disclaimer.
Oh, he's the disclaimer king.
Right. So on the site, when you go on the site, the part where this is, there's, yes, a disclaimer there. Right? It might even be this. Okay. It might even be the same one.
Buyer beware.
Buyer beware. Kavita emptor.
Yep.
Kavit emptor. You and only you, as the user of this information, must complete the steps within this content entirely on your own without any assistance from I'm just here to make you think, Dane Callaway, nor any authors, publishers of this content of information given. The reason for this is that we do not want any responsibility of anyone's personal information in our possession, nor do we want to run the risk of taking on someone else's responsibility of establishing their own nationality. Use of the information contained herein is at the user's own risk.
That really sounds like a class action shit right there.
Crazy.
Right.
Because how you going to sell? I'm selling pit bulls, but they're not really pit bulls. they're invisible. And then I'm not. But then you're not buying the pit bull. You know, that's not a nationality package.
Yeah, that's crazy. If there was such a thing, they weren't selling it.
Yep.
If there was such a thing,
not even try.
That they really did the invisible bridge on people.
That is some serious bait and switch. Come on down, get their nationality. Hot off the press. That's $40. No, you ain't getting that, man. Yeah, but we got some sovereign citizen stuff you can go look at though. And you can talk about Jesus. No. And for anyone who purchased this, and especially in the chat, I am not poking fun at you deciding on jumping through that hoop for whatever reason, whatever was going on in your life. You thought that was going to be a solution or a remedy to whatever was going on. I understand, but at the same time, buyers beware.
Buyer beware.
Nobody's going to study for you. If I read 10 dictionaries, you're not going to have one definition in your mind. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see the con, the 3-card Monty, the shield up front. You're going to get burnt. You know, so take it as at least it was only $40 as opposed to 5,000 you got notes.
For real.
Take it as at least you didn't get deported or locked up, kidnapped, you know, hurt, physically hurt.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's why I say they all in it together, because they never have any in the debates. There's never any studious Moors on there or studious people. They all in it together. The debates are all together. Like everything, they're all doing it together. I'm like, man, you can just tell, like, because Dane Callaway, he's new. Where did he get the platform to sell packages? Who's teaching him this? You know, Pharaoh did it Polite did it. That's all that community thing. Like somebody's teaching that platform of selling packages. You know, Dr. Ali did it. I mean, Dr. Ali Muhammad did it. You know, and like everything is to sell these packages. And I'm like, who's giving the platform from that? Because they all together. That's all Sarnetta's little clique. Their whole thing. And they all always debating each other and everything. They'll never have a more come on. Like Grand Sheik's not being able to come on there. No, they're not letting him come on there. They're not letting him come on there because they know he's not accepting the talk before they go live. Because they all gonna have the talk before they go live on what's gonna be said, who's gonna say this, and now they all switching up who's gonna sell the next package. Because you just can't get on Sarnetta's platform unless there's some way somebody's getting some notes out of that. That's a whole scheme of rob the community, rob our people, so they don't have to get so-called Joes and stuff by putting out false information and whatever to keep it selling. Whatever to keep it selling. Nationality and birthright, you can't sell it. You can mention it 6 times and put a bunch of BS articles that have nothing to do with nationality to hide it in the disguise, in the guise of, oh, this is nationality. And no, they playing games. They selling packages, and they all in it together. I'm like, y'all doing this together.
Yeah,
y'all not just
Islam, brother Yusuf. I think you're giving them too much credit. I seriously think it's a on-demand, at the spot, in the moment. I see a scam going on. I'm getting in on this because I know this is a scam. So it's kind of like somebody come up and say, look, I got this tonic over here. You take a sip of it, and it makes your insides warm and fuzzy. And you come over, grab a bottle out of my hand, take a sip, and go, wow, I am warm. And then you catch me at the back and go, look, I supported you. I want a cut. Hit me off at 25% or something. You know, I think it's on the fly, just street gang, straight street con.
Yeah. Yeah. But they together. Because they don't never let Grand Sheik come on none of their platforms. Never. We
all see the video of Sarnetta and Amir Taj Tariq Bey. So it's not like he don't know.
No, yeah. Oh, he definitely knows. He told you he got a Black's Law Dictionary in his house. He knows. Taj asked him, you got a Black's Law Dictionary? Yep.
Webster's Unabridged Dictionary? Yep. Etymology Dictionary? Yep.
So
they don't know?
They don't know.
Yep. So that, and I don't want to hear that, but that's the white man's dictionary. So why you got it in your house? Why you got it? Why you got it then? Because they only want to use it. They like to use it when they want to use it. They accept every other word in there until it comes to black and not have it, that not being a nationality and them not having any rights because they call themselves that. They don't want to accept that. But everything else, they be like, oh, the Moors got some pretty good information, but they don't like the nationality part. They love being black.
Because they know the paycheck stops.
Right.
I'm sorry to put it that way, but it's the truth. The paycheck.
Oh, that's exactly what's going on. They don't care that people don't wake up or not. They just need their little kickback finance. You know, they're performers. They're not in it to help their people. You know, some of them was ex-Calypso singers. Some of them ex-rappers. Some of them still going. You know,
wannabe.
Yeah, exactly. want to be ex-rappers. That's what it was. You know? Calypso performers.
Oh, yeah,
You the leader of a nation or something. How did you, brother?
Yeah, if you could address this too. Since we were just talking about dictionaries. So this is a part of the package.
What was that again? I forgot about this part.
Yeah, this is a part of the package. Since we were just talking about dictionaries, I just want to read this part, and then if the Moors could speak on this part. So this is a part of the package. Now, most people seem to rely on dictionaries for the definitions of words. However, it is a fact that the information set forth in dictionaries does not in any way constitute the definitions thereof, but merely sets forth the common understanding of words as the words are commonly used. This is what we understand to be correct diction. Put it another way, the explanations of words set forth in dictionaries are erroneously referred to as definitions, when actually all a dictionary does is set forth the ever-changing, commonly understood meaning of words. A dictionary does not set forth definitions of words. Word definitions can only be found in statutes or other legal writings where the meaning of certain words. I guess you need me to read that part again. Word definitions can only be found in statutes or other legal writings where the meaning of certain words are specifically set forth and defined, quote unquote, as such words are used in such statutes or other legal writings wherein such definitions are set forth. I would never allow any dictionary, and certainly not a so-called legal dictionary, to be used to establish the definition or understanding of a word. Instead, I go to how the word in question was used and understood and applied in the real-life diction of the common people of the day. Now, just so people don't talk crazy, we just want to say that this is one of the, where's the thing at? This is one of the various authors and publishers that certain people compiled to create their Establishing Your True Nationality package. And this one is Eric Williams. This is Eric Williams. This is not the guy who sold the package saying this. This is Eric Williams saying this.
Oh, see that? You see that? That's slick, ain't it? So like he said in the disclaimer, this ain't got nothing to do with Dane Callaway. Like, what do you mean, man? This is your package thing. You're putting this out. You the one that put this out.
That's pure pimpology.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know I talk real fast, but if you listen up real quick, you can hear me slow down. Whatever. Get out of here. Oh my God.
Yo, he definitely just did that. That is amazing. And whoever said that, I'm like, because when I first started reading it, I was like, there's no way he would say something like this. And then I scrolled down, and then you saw who wrote it, and I'm like, yeah, I know you wouldn't. Like, but you put it up there. But then again, like, so I said, you represent this. But then the disclaimer hit me again, and I was like, dang. But he said, this ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm like, well, why did you put it out? Why did you go right back? Yeah. Why'd you even put it out then?
Right.
Well, I gotta get those 40 notes.
Gotta get that 40. Gotta get that 40.
You see those notes about acres and a mule? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And the first part of that sounds like the definition of a bridged dictionary. You know,
Yeah,
a little soft back, paperback, small little thing that's like the size of a postcard, might have 500-600 pages.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that they normally push on us when we're in the indoctrination system. Okay. But, you know, that right there shows you the time game. Because how come we need to go into the definition of what a bridge dictionary is, because we covered that, and an unabridged dictionary? Oh, because that then, you know, kills the game. Right? You got to return back to a statute and look in the section that has the definition of words at the end of the statute, so you can see what they mean by the word person, as opposed to doing what a quote-unquote studious individual would do, which would be going to an actual legal reference or a legal dictionary to see what the term actually means. At least that's my thinking.
Right.
Crazy there?
Yep. And because when he was reading, when he said dictionary, I'm like, that's not what a dictionary is. And then I said, now I got to look in the dictionary to see what a dictionary is. Now that's crazy. So then I did it. So I grabbed the Random House Dictionary, page 550, dictionary. Really did it, right? Here we go. I'm like, yo, see, you know what Moore's got to do? Because he just be talking crazy. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. Well, let's figure out what the dictionary is now. Because we got to break down everything for these people. They try to get around every which way corner. Everything. And I'm like, everything. I'm like, wait a minute. Now I got to get the dictionary to look up dictionary. Okay, page 550, dictionary. Now, a book containing a selection of the words of a language, usually arranged alphabetically, giving information about their meanings, pronunciations, etymologies, inflected forms, etc., expressed in either the same or another language. It has a lexicon, a glossary, a dictionary of English, a Japanese English dictionary, a book giving, number 2, is a book giving information on particular subjects or on a particular class of words. And it has names of facts, usually arranged alphabetically, a biographical dictionary, a dictionary of mathematics. And then number 3, it says a list of codes, terms, keys, etc., and their meanings used by a computer program or system. Like, and it keeps going. And I was like, well, what was he talking about? Because that has nothing to do with the definition of the dictionary. Like, you just, like, I had to go look it up. I said, oh, okay, that's what I thought a dictionary was. Like, what did you just make up? A dictionary doesn't give you the meaning of words. Well, according to the definition of dictionary, it does. Like, what do you mean? Like, where did you get that from? According to the definition in the dictionary of dictionary, it does give you the meaning of words. Like, you guys got to cut that stuff out.
But don't forget disclaimer, they're not responsible. That's not what they said.
Oh yeah, see?
Take these
educational purposes only.
Yeah, take these.
Right, but I'll take your 40 notes though. Yeah, 40 notes.
I would take those 40 notes though. I'm gonna take those 40 notes though. Crazy.
Real quick.
Crazy.
And the statute is where he gets his definitions from. Statutes only apply to corporations.
Hold on. Let me try to make this call, see if we get one more on here. This one should be good. Hold on. if it hangs up, just call me back. Because I don't know if I can do another one. Let me just see what's good.
As well.
Hello?
Peace, mother.
Hey, people. That's up.
Everything's peaceful. Everything's peaceful. We got you on the line. You could just put your
chime in, give my testimonial.
Put your apparition on the record, and let's just get your testimonial on the record since the topic is at hand.
Sure, no problem. Hey, everybody in the chat, this is Sherelle. I go by the name Sherelle Minabe, my appellation.
Islam, mother. Yeah, go ahead, Mom. Start wherever you want to.
It's funny, but it's really not, because when I got into this information, I really was sincere. I really wanted to know, like, what was really going on, because I feel like everybody knows, everybody feels like something's not right, you know, and I've been feeling like that for a long time since I was in high school. So when I came across Dane's information, it was like it was a step towards what I started figuring out as far as Moore's information and Moore's science. But it was like, you know, I was hitting a brick wall. So I'm like, okay, what do you mean African American? We're not supposed to be African American. We're not supposed to call ourselves Negroes and all of this stuff. So I started watching a lot of his videos, and then I emailed him, and he hit me back saying how I can remove the term African American from my record. But he never had anything about nationality. But this is, of course, at the time I didn't even know anything about nationality. So I'm following the steps of his research and all of this on how to get out of it and everything. And I'm telling you, man, it's like running through barbed wire, because I couldn't get anywhere. You had to get in cars and travel back to where my family came from, which was down south, and I'm in the Midwest. I didn't know how to get there. I'm like, okay, and then I tried to hit him back, and he never did email me back to help me try to figure out anything or nothing like that. So that was another brick wall that I hit. So I'm like, oh my God, now here I am. I know it's some information out here, but I just got played. I lost, I think it was like $50, $60. I lost out of that. I didn't get anything out of it.
And you're one.
Nothing out of it. Nothing at all. I just lost fiat. And I couldn't hear nothing else back from Dane. Me and my sister both was running around talking about we may be from the Cherokee or Chickasaw. We didn't know where we was from. we just knew it was a bull going on. Like, hold on, Dad, you said it'd be easy if we go to the National Archives. We all online looking at the National Archives, and I'm like, oh my God, this dude done played us. When I finally realized that we played us, when I started looking into Taj's videos, I'm like, man, this dude really played us, because the Indian ain't even something we're supposed to be calling ourselves anyway. And then if you go farther back than that, you can see that that's not where our history starts. Like if you're such a researcher, why is your information not predating from where you begin? He's beginning with the Indian culture. Come on, that's not where it's at, dude. Why you doing all this research? You can't find nothing on the Moors? You mean tell me nothing?
Okay, now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Based on you saying that you're Moor now, and you coming from that, like where are you looking at it from, as far as, you know, that individual putting out information?
Well, what I got from his information was knowing that this was our land. Now, that's all I got from his information, is knowing that we were here first. And that put me on the path to knowing, okay, if we was here first, and it's got to be more than that. But I didn't happen to come across it. It was my sister, because she does a lot more research than me. But when she came across the information on the Moors, I got into it and I started studying it, and I'm like, you know, this is too good to be true. This ain't for me. Y'all know this ain't for me. It's too good to be true. If this is mine, I'm just gonna take it and run with it, because I know it just sounds good. So I started running into other people who was, you know, trying to sell me packages and trying to get all the fiat about me and everything. So that kind of put my fire out a little bit, and I left it alone for like a month. And then I started to realize, hey, this is just something I'm going to have to do on my own. So what I started to do was study, and I started to go into what W. Ali was talking about. I started to teach myself. I started to just research, and I was listening to Taj, and he was giving a lot of reference points, and I started buying all the books, and I finally got Abdullah El Talib Moby Bey's book. And oh my God, that is a wealth of information.
Oh yeah.
Anybody, anybody. I'm saying, if anybody wants to know where we come from and what it is to be a Moor, and any research, any archaeological evidence to back this up, get his book. It's worth what you spend on his book because he got all the reference material in there. And if you can refute that you're a Moor after reading that, then I just know you dirty. You dirty if you read that and still say you're not a Moor. You gotta be dirty. As Islam, you gotta be dirty. Islam.
Oh yeah, and might as well ask, as far as the teachings of Noble Drew Ali and that being now part of your life and being a Moor, have you had any testimonials of exercising or being a Moor, or European run up to you and tell you something secret or something like that?
Well, I haven't really had any interactions with anybody. As far as me having to stand on my square, I do that anyway. As far as coming across information and anybody who's claiming to be an American, I know they're not, or I'm studying trying to put this out there to other people that don't know, or anybody that try to front me out and make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll hit them with the sign.
Right.
Hey, this say this. Constitution state that. You came over here on this treaty. I mean, it's so much information that I'm still learning, but that I'm now aware of. That you can't just go across. You can't hit me across the head with something now and then think I'm going to go for it. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not going for it. And me and my sister ended up calling a temple because we want to keep studying more and to get more information. We tried to get into a temple, and he told us that they don't deal with that sovereignty stuff. They don't deal with what he said, Constitution and all. I'm like, hold up, how are you not dealing with civics and Constitution? Like that was one of the things Drew Ali said was to teach that in the school. Supposed to have a school in every temple. So I mean, what are y'all, just a religious organization? Y'all just are we coming in here drinking wine and eating crackers? Like, what are we doing? Because it's not making any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a definite. Yeah, like he's passing the collection plate, right? So I'm glad I didn't go there because I'd have probably got discouraged too if he getting in my studies. I'd have got discouraged if I'd have went to a temple because knowing that there's so many dirty people out there, I'm like, how can you run from this information and it's yours? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's yours. Like if everybody would just lock on this stuff and just do what they're supposed to do, it would in turn flip everything upside down and it'd be the way it's supposed to be. But you got people out here who are trying to literally live a life that's an illusion. It's literally an illusion. And until they can get it back to where it's supposed to be, it's going to continue to be an illusion. But I doubt if we get that far because nature itself is cleansing the earth and it's going to cleanse up everything that's not right. And that's starting with these dirty Moors. They're going to get cleaned up real quickly, including the temple.
Islam from mother.
But yeah, he's laughing at me, but I seriously got played. I got played. Like, and that makes me feel bad for everybody else that's, listening to Dane, that's drawn in, not just Dane, but all these other, conscious pimps out here who getting over on the people. Like, people are sincere in their studies and they really want to know the truth. That's why we got this everybody gets this big awakening call. Everybody is woke and everybody want to know what's going on. But instead of people just giving it out, they want to take what you got and drain you of the rest of your energy. And that kind of discourages people from wanting to, keep going in any direction. Right. People will just fall back into their way of life that they had been in before they became awakened with all the bull crap that's out here. Nobody want to do it.
Now, what was it? What was it even that made you not give up on it? Like, why do you stay after you got played or whatever?
Because in my heart, it just feels just right. In my heart, it feels just right. And then knowing that any information that I've heard about or that I read about, I'll go and actually research that. So if I hear somebody say, go do this, I'll go research it. Or if I read a book that says, go do this, I'll research that. I'll research the researcher. Because if it keeps landing where I find it at, then that's what it is. It can't be nothing but the truth.
Right.
When I went into Dane information, I was hitting brick walls. Like, okay, it couldn't have been right because I wasn't getting anywhere. Not only that, I couldn't keep the correspondence up between us because he cut me off after I paid my fee. I'd have got that the package, the sovereignty package, he cut me off. So I was like, okay, I can't get nowhere with this. But when I'm looking into the more science is everything. It's everything. It's the Constitution. It's the way of life. It's the universal laws. It's everything. You know what I mean? So, and it's me. It's got to be my science. You know, and I've come from a long line of grace, and I'll take that as a badge of honor. I'm gonna always stick with it. I'm not going anywhere because it's my bloodline. You can't not say you're not a Moor. It's just like a Chinese saying if they're not a Chinese, I don't want to deal with the Chinese, and I'm just gonna be an Indian. No, you can't. You can't get rid of your bloodline. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a lot of people don't want to take that and just chuck it. You know, it is what it is. We got played. And just up to us to wake up and take the reign, and you know, then take our place amongst the affairs of men. We got to do it.
No, when you say
until we do it, it's just gonna continue. Go ahead.
No, sorry. When you said take the reign, I know a lot of these Moors and their temples and stuff like that. You know, don't let the sisters talk, and you know, don't let them have their turn. So, if you had a message to the other mothers out there, mothers that are gonna eventually proclaimed ones, new that haven't even done it yet, what from a Moor's perspective that is our matriarch, what kind of message could you put out there for the fellow mothers and sisters?
Well, what I would say to them is, if you got babies, start teaching them everything that you know. And if you can, while you're learning, start letting them learn with you. And for those who don't have children, the womb is the first school. So as you're learning this information, and if you become a child, that child will know everything before coming out the womb. You know, my baby girl was born while I was coming into this knowledge, and I know she's gonna be well aware by the time she get older, because my kids knowing this stuff every day. We going over the Constitution every day. We going over the United Nations Declarations of the Children, and we going over all of this stuff every day. I'm telling them who Nova Durali is. I'm even taking some of his quotes. We learn in Spanish. It's like I'm just trying to get them to understand that this is bigger than what we've always known it to be. Like, this is much bigger than that. And as long as we can get that generation, because I don't think it's going to happen in mine. It's got to happen with the babies.
Right.
So if we can get the babies all to understand what's really going on and take our reins and, you know, get this government back under control. Because we got a government, nobody's in the seat. And until we can get the people in the seats, and we're going to continue to be property. And, you know, somebody else is going to be in charge of our estate. And that's not what we want. We don't want that, because this is what we've been getting out of it so far. And, it's not police brutality. It's not the things that they put out there. It's thieves. You know what I mean? People are literally brainwashing us and controlling us by, you know what I'm saying, social engineering. And we just got to get these kids, it's solid with the kids. So if we can get any information and pass it on to our children, because they're going to pass it on to their children. And it's going to keep on going that way. Just like all this indoctrination been going on. We've been passing that on. Time to break the chain and pass on the truth. Let them know who they are. Our people suffer from a lack of identity. They have no identity. It's a large identity crisis going on right now. That's what's going on. People don't know who they are. So they're too busy trying to fit into something else. You know, we got all these black men who want to be gay. We got all these black women who want to be gay. You got these black women who don't want their men. You got these black men who don't want their women. It's like, okay, as long as we don't have a code, because we don't have anything to identify with, so we're going to stick to whatever we can get that's going to accept us. You know what I mean? And that's not what we should do. So, and that's why I feel like this is where it's at. There's so much stuff going on here that's trying to deter people from this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because if everybody was to wake up and get this knowledge and get on board, everything is going to completely stop. It's going to stop because we hold the reins to this world, all of it. And as long as we wake up and get it, then everybody going to have to do what we say. Because that's just what it is. We are mothers and fathers of all of it. And then until we get it, then we're going to keep on going through what we're going through. But that's what I want everybody to know. Take it. Don't stop. Keep studying. Do what you got to do out here. Stand on your square as always. You know what I'm saying? Challenge anybody, and I mean anybody. Don't just take anything for face value. We are in the age of the knowing. You can't just take what people say and run with it no more. You got to actually go and get the information and know it. Don't believe it, know it. Don't take what somebody say, research it. You know, if somebody tell you something, just go research it. I don't care if it's the closest friend or your mama, it don't matter. Just go research it. Because unless you know, unless you go and research, you won't know. You just gonna keep believing.
Yes, wow.
Mm-hmm.
On that note,
Mother. I just want to say one quick thing.
Yes, please go ahead, Mark. Please go ahead.
Well, all honor to the mother on the line. But I just want to let you know that whatever fiat you pay to Lane not that way, that was the price you pay to get where you at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, you got one heck of a discount because, mother, whoo, I'm hot. I'm hot over here. I was fire on the line as well.
Well, you know something I learned, and all I can say is you're right. What it did was push me into a whole other direction. It pushed me in another direction. I was supposed to go through that. Because if I hadn't went through that, I'd still be out here probably paying fiat after fiat, getting played, draining my energy. And now I know, like, I can't get played no more. You can't play me. I know this. You can't get over me again.
It's love.
It's keywords that you got to use with me now. If you ain't talking about this, if you ain't talking about that, then you cut off. I can't even listen to you no more. It's a select few of people that I can listen to, and if they don't sound right, I'm scrubbing them. Like, okay, let me go check what he said previously, see what he talking about. Let me go see what she talking about. Cause if you ain't talking about this, then it ain't for me. It ain't for me. You just up to you. Supposed to know that it's all about the lingo too. If you can listen to somebody who's out here doing these videos and giving out this information, and if they're not talking right, then you know it's some garbage. You know it ain't right.
It's love. Brother Yusuf, you got any closing ones?
I'm just like Brother Ed said, the mother got me over here ready right now. I just love when the mother just go in. Because, you know, I'd be like, yo, that's right. Like, because, you know, we are sons.
Yeah.
You know, so for mother to come on there and to, you know, confirm, like, my sons is right. You know what I mean? Their mother taught them well. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling right now. Like, my sons, what they said, I said, yep, that's what I said. I'm like, okay, my mama taught me right.
Just like that.
She said
Just like that.
Perfect. So,
for real.
Got me ready.
It's love.
Just stay focused. Stay studied up, everybody. Stay studied more. Don't forget who you are. And just stay on the path. We'll get there. You know, we're going to have a lot of people that's going to try to trample this movement. They already have. But, no, what you already quoted something really, really important. He said it's going to take with the fourth and fifth generation to understand what he did and be appreciative of it. And I feel like that's what's going on. But you got so many people out here who's trying to stop it because they've already prepared for it to go down. Everything else he prophesied came to be. It came to be fruition. So why wouldn't it? So you got it's like it's accelerated. You know what I'm saying? With all the garbage. Right.
Even though there's garbage, it's accelerating.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, give thanks to you, Mother, for having the courage to call in and put your testimonial out there so the people could know we're not just some, you know what I mean, disgruntled, we're not selling nothing, so we're gonna talk about somebody or whatever. You know, we had a testimonial of somebody who got played, and after they got played, they really found out about nationality and birthrights, declared, proclaimed, and now they're where they're really supposed to be, opposed to where that individual had them. Like one more said, in the mud and on the treadmill and doing all this other stuff instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is studying and learning about yourself, your higher self, lower self. And once you start learning about yourself and you get to know yourself, then you start uplifting others who don't know their self. So we can all get something done out here. So Islam to all the Moors. Any Moors got any closing remarks? Including you, Mother.
Well, I want to say,
to the Moors in the chat.
stop listening to Dane. No, I'm not bad. Stop listening to Dane, y'all. Okay, he got some good information out there, but don't just fall for that crap. Just go research. Like I said, get Abdullah El Tabli Mosey Bey. Get his book, and that book alone gonna give you the information that you need.
Put the book name out just so people, if they're looking for it.
Abdullah El Tabli Mosey Bey, Moors and Masonry.
Islam.
I had the email, I will leave it out, but I don't know it.
Yeah, that's a must-have.
The new book is out too, Compass in the Square.
Oh, yeah.
I already ordered it. It's en route.
Yep, and the new book,
right, then.
Compass in the Square. Islam Moors.
Islam to the Moors in the chat. Give thanks to the Prophet.
Islam.
Islam to Gran Heki. Islam to all the Moors in the chat, all the chat muftis. Islam to the mother. Islam to the Moors. Peace be upon our noble prophet, Jumbo Ali.
Islam.
100.
Honors to the Prophet.
Good night, people.
Peace and love, Moors. You already know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We don't know what's up, but something might be brewing for something might be brewing for Saturday. So we might have something going on Saturday. But peace and love to all the Moors. Islam to all. And again, honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam.
Come on in, brother. Come on in, bro. Bless. Have a seat, brother. Have a seat. Ah, yes. Come on in, brother. Welcome. Bless. Have a seat right there. Hey. Brother, bless. Have a seat, bro. Welcome, bless. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. You guys ready to make some money? Yeah. I can't hear you. Ready to make some money? Yeah. All right. Let's get to work. All right, man. You get your birth certificates, man. You get a bunch of money from that, man. I'm saying you get your bonds, tons of money, man. I'm saying you want to get flexible, you want to be good, man. You want to be flossing, get your fur coats on, right? You got this over here, right here. Just ignore all that right there. You know, over here, right here. This is what it's all about, man. It's all about the dollar signs. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the dollar signs. At the end of the day, it's all about the money.
So, SGK, how soon can I get my money after we do this?
I have 10 grandchildren now. I need lots of money.
Hey, since this is so foolproof, can I get an advance? I got some stuff to take care of. I need the money.
Hold up. Disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
2 weeks going on free, I gave him a G. Said to these papers I could be sovereign and free like Popes and King Henry. Sipping on Henny and pigs' faces. No matter the places, travel rights, days and nights. Catching bonds on birth certs. Didn't tell me that birth is ERTH, bottom read benefits of instruments.
It's all about the money. Trust me, you go with this and you'll get the money. If you don't believe me, ask my senior right here.
Pissed off will break his wrist off. Dirty Moors got me wanna cut lips off and teeth chipped off. Dirty thief using me to go through windows. Probably took my Fiat and bought Indo and Kush. Off the roof I would push.
SGK.
Yes, sir.
Justice, no love.
How come no withdrawal is not on the board?
No reply from emails. He stopped tweeting, but he's giving details. Untrust and executive status. Dialing the number, got my fingers callous. Dirty Moor packets selling cheaters. Rob you with no conscience. Cognizant, not sleepers. And well aware that's more the local. Plus they changed the corporate name and logo.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
They still on the Fiat hustle and the bustle. Got cats in the bag like Ruffles, airtight. Use fair fright, martial law hype. Not even get wise with the quickness, ability, quickly nimble, won't stumble or tremble. Finding out I got played like cymbals. Dirty Moor selling you your own Morris symbols and crystals. No different than trees and reeds and toes missile. Drew Ali said study, study, study. So you don't get enslaved or played by your own body. Giving money to a gold digging dummy. State hopping dirty malls, rob you out your dirty drawers. Souls perfect in fools' bodies. Setting up a PayPal solid gold. Those types don't even know what's coming. Cause when I see them, it's expose time, no running, no gunning. I was told get wise. Dirty people giving weasel evil eyes. Picking up the cell to call. I get nervous cause I know what's up after I heard this.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
You got it. You got this show.
Oh, this is yours? This is all yours?
For sure. What is it?
Keep cool. Jeez. You need to get me some of that right now, man. Yo, SGK, hook me up.
Bro, I got all this. The first day. I'm just saying. Not the first day today, but the next day.
You sat down and you attacked the master teacher because you thought you heard something that you didn't hear. That's the first violation. You don't come in. First of all, you come in and you act like you come in people, but you don't. You got an agenda.
Wars of men upright, independent and fearless. Dogmatized, dirty Moors, tongues cut out, left earless. Cause they never listen. Dirty Moors, keep up your slander. Wu-Tang torture in your ass, hot hangers. Kidnappers, dirty Moor, torture him like Saw. 3D, 0.5 or 1 through 4. Or get it like 5 or 6 with a fez on jigsaw. Leather face in a turban, rip dirty Moors, lips off. Disrespecting the mother Raz Mariah Bay. Wrap him up like double crochet, the barbed wire away. Throw him off a bridge or feed him to the piranhas. Yellow journalist Moors spread nothing but propaganda. Idi Amin bait, treat the temple like Uganda. Dirty Moors like foreigners, crush the dust like ganja. Not worthy of being Moors, we call them dirty Nehesus. Solomon Seal spell command 72 demons to get you.
This is what the temple guys actually said. That Canaan land is not a part of North America. Canaan land is bigger. Yo, it's ignorant, man. I mean, come on, you talking about the same land. Canaan land is actually bigger than the land mass they know is the corporate United States. Almost twice as big. And if they had anything, they could just go to Google and they can type in North America and find out North America goes all the way up to green. But they're ignorant. They don't want to do that. They just deal with all emotion.
You might hear horse voices, see frog faces, and rooster feet. Demons we run with spitfire with gold wolf teeth. Keep playing, forget back teeth. New Moors are an issue, get Ginsu. Maybe a dream visit from Vishnu, a nightmare to never end and always continue. Cold as an igloo, dealing with my trust issues through vigilance. Active Moors are militants, SPLC dirty Moors, call that sovereign citizen. Lying for views, they notice all the empty pews. Benz need gas and fixing, but not enough dues. Pigpen base sell you out for peanuts, claiming that we nuts for teaching birthright street level, keeping it beat nuts.
To any members of the MSPA that's out there listening to what I'm saying, please get it through your head. I don't have a problem with the MSPA. I got issues with it.
Kendrick Lamar, stay surrounded by feathers. Dirty's guilty of fraud and duly scrutinize their ledgers. Getting proclamations from Morocco, disrespect us. Corporate city only recognize people's court jesters. Handing their back, Moorish puppets and minions. Never get the human rights recognition like Moors near Virginia. Commonwealth, for active Moors knowledge, the Commonwealth. Dirty's claim more, but really on the straw man help. Authenticating a birth certificate, that's not significant. Civil little more two status syndicates. In more face, watch them two more status Indians claiming Turtle Island are lying so intricate.
Long day and long night. But this message needed to be heard.